So, let's begin. Alright, so last time, and this is somewhat of a continuation of the previous story that we had, which a lot of people missed, but that's okay. I'll kind of give a brief summary of that. This city is Rubrandi. It has been known as Rubrandi for a few years, ever since its new king arrived. This world and the people of this region have been aware of invaders from the stars, monsters, creatures that have come down and created quite a ruckus several years ago, and that threw a lot of things into disarray and kind of crippled their society to the degree that they are back in a sort of pseudo-medieval age. This city, Rubrandi, is very big, and it attracted a number of refugees from a few other cities that came under attack. Primary among them is Lavo, which is a city that is a few days' travel away. There were two groups of refugees from Lavo. One of them arrived several weeks ago, and the other arrived only a few weeks after. So about a week ago is when this happened. Some of the members of that particular expedition, upon arrival, were asked to search around their people and scan them for threats, because recently there had been a dreaded Maganus arriving in the city, hidden among the previous refugees, invisible to the eye, but very quickly caught by the king and some of his recent acquaintances. In this city, which is inside of a gigantic snap tree, the refugees have settled in pretty nicely. They have settled into the lower city, and the past week has been a bit of a rush, because the refugees of Lavo have had ample time and help establishing themselves in the area. Rumor even has it that Clan Aetius, the clan that used to be in charge of Lavo before its evacuation, appears to have some representation on the council, or recently acquired representation. It's hard to tell. There's not a lot of talk that happens about it, but there's a couple of rumors. In the main house of the refugee quarter that's been established, there are 3 people of note who have been living there and helping establish the place. First, let's see, is Akogi. Essie, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Essie. My character is Akogi, and she is a half-breed cleric. Basically, she's pretty oblivious, but chill, and she likes to help where she can. She thinks it's her greatest duty to serve the moons and do what they want is to help other people.
Very good. Well, Kogi, as you're in this, what's become known as the ground house, this bigger house that has been mostly populated by refugees. There's a few other houses. Some of these other houses in the back have also started being populated by refugees, as they're also being made space on the wall, as there's a quarter starting to be built up one of the sides for the people of Lavo, because recently it has become one of the adopted clans of Rubrandi. Another character that's been hanging close to Akogi's heels almost at all times is a curious character who has been noticed around town, but is generally known to be relatively quiet, but has been impactful, to say the least. Bojo, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character, please.
Yes. My character's name is Bojo. He tries to be very kind to everyone, because he tries to pay his debt to other people that saved him way back in the day. So he tries to be humble and share the positivity around people, and also make a connection with Carmen and other people. So people would see Gidon in other more favorable way, let's say.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as is established there, Bojo is a Gidon, and they are known to be a feral creature of the wastes. They live in forests, and the forests of Havin eat people. Gidon are naturally specialized at avoiding getting eaten by trees. To see one in social circles is incredibly uncommon. They are normally feral. But Bojo has accompanied Akogi for quite some time now, and people are starting to get used to seeing him around. Beyond these two, another who was part of the original refugee group and was involved in helping get people here in the first place, also bore witness to the king's power, as the first Meganus was found amongst them and very quickly eliminated. Phew! Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, I am Revi, and I am playing Puyu Seros. And I am playing a common the shorter subspecies of common, who is now a refugee after the Meganu's tore apart his lavas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And now that she's forced out of social isolation, but has a chance to start anew, maybe things can go better. Maybe things will be exciting in this world as long as the monsters from the stars don't come back to eat more people in front of her again. Mm-hmm.
Pretty traumatic. Well, as you guys are helping settle in and becoming rather well settled yourselves in Rubrandi, the citizens outside the ground house that the three of you have been calling home move about town, going on their daily tasks. Hunters come in from their travels. Farmers grow crops of grain on the various ribs of the tree's city walls. This tree has walls that go up along the inside of the big hollow tree that you're inside, and along the walls there are platforms that jut out like ribs all the way up. There are large, very big plate shell insects that travel up and down highways along the inside of the tree to get people up and down. Herders move their herds of Kirakedons for exercise up and down the walls and across platforms, and taking them to different places, keeping their movement. They get restless if they don't move at all times. Couriers travel around distributing wares to anyone who needs them. The basis of Rubrandi's culture is primarily Kamenha, the tree people, the small ones. Those who can help and are able to provide do so. Generally, young adults are the busiest and are recognized as noble, capital N, for their service to the greater family. Rubrandi is different in one major way to the majority of Kamenha societies. It is huge. It is led by 9 clan patriarchs who act as a governing council to the Red King of Blades, Razafirev, a man most people understand to be some kind of demigod. Today, the people are excited and restless. There's rumors of a royal announcement this afternoon. The map is open to you. What would you like to do?
What time is it?
It is about mid-morning.
And what time this afternoon was the royal announcement?
There's rumors of it being this afternoon sometime. Nobody has specifically confirmed when. You can feel free to ask around.
Mm-hmm. And Pu is doing her best to clean up and look as adorable as possible because everybody knows about the charming and strong King Raz with his glorious red mane. And so we have to prepare and be excited. I mean, it's a bit of good news after a week now of setting up and just getting a hold back on life. Kogi,
Yes, you.
do you think I look okay?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm really excited. Can we go early? I really want to see the king.
Sure. I don't entirely know when or where it's supposed to be. I've only heard rumors. But we can ask around.
Yeah, let's go. And she will bound on out, nearly between Akogi's feet. Pu is like half her height, half her size in most ways.
As you go out into the main courtyard area, this is the ground floor of Rubrandi. It is busy. There's people going all over the place. They're walking in various directions, doing various tasks. Up ahead is a medical tent that has been there. You would know, because you've been here long enough, that there are a couple of volunteers that have set up this tent to help the refugees and anybody coming in recently. They've mostly already accounted for the work that they came to do. But their tent remains set up, and they still have a little bit of a medical practice open for those who need it. Beyond that, there are various, for lack of a better term, markets and stores and shops. The common don't really trade in monetary value. They're all very much about exchanges and trades and favors. It definitely works kind of as a it's kind of a family setting, right? The common are used to being nomadic, so anybody who can do stuff does stuff. They're stalls where certain things that are needed can be found and traded for, basically. So it's kind of a market, but not really. There's still a little bit of damage from recent events on the ground floor, but beyond that, people are busy moving about. There seems to be, as you look, there seems to be a tent being erected over here by people. They're trying to set up things for probably where the king will be giving his announcement.
And so we will. Yes, let's bring out the charm of being delightfully small and big-eyed, and we will go and ask someone if they're setting up for. Are they setting up the tent for the king's announcement over there?
Well,
So we'll go and tug up on somebody's arm.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Are they setting up for the king's announcement over there?
Oh,
Do you
yes,
know
I believe
where?
so.
Yay.
People have been setting up the tents, and supposed to be coming down this afternoon sometime. Very excited. I'm looking forward to seeing him and the others.
Me too. We should go and help. We will dash on over.
Yes, okay. I'm not really doing anything right now.
What's your name?
I'm Gruidi. Nice to meet you.
Ooh. Are you from Rubrandi? Are you
Yes.
also?
Well,
Ah,
suppose no one's really from Rubrandi except for some. I came here a few years ago with the king.
really, really? What is he like?
Well,
And we will be bouncing like little vibrating.
I don't really know him myself personally, but I'm originally from Clan Ifir, and now we're from here, I suppose.
We just got here, but Oh, this is all exciting, and I think we're starting to settle in.
That's good. Oh, you guys are from with the Lavu refugees.
Yes.
Mm, mhm. That one
Did
too.
he just say yes?
He does that sometimes.
Greetings.
Oh my gosh.
It's
It
okay.
talks.
It does.
Why does the Gidon talk?
Because it
Does he-
learned.
Doesn't bite or anything, does he?
I'm pretty sure he can.
Not if you're
Uh,
nice.
I will do no harm. Don't worry.
She'll kind of wipe a hand across
Isn't
her
it
forehead.
weird?
Oh, good. Yeah, that is. It's very strange. He wears clothes and everything. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, he's trying to fit in.
He's doing a good job. I think as well as he could, I suppose. But
Oh,
come,
don't worry,
yes,
I understand. Yeah, let's go. Oh,
we
right,
can
they
help
need
with
help.
the tents.
If you need any
Excuse
help
me, can I help?
in setting tent, I can help as well.
Oh yes, please. And as you guys join the group of people, setting up the tents and everything, let's see here. This is going to be. How about you guys all give me a bit of a sleight of hand check and also an athletics check.
Uh-oh.
Let's see how helpful you guys are.
Not very.
Well, you know.
10 and 6.
Well, Okogi and I are on. I can do some sleight of hand, but I
Yeah.
am small, and when they're like, yeah, just hold this, and the rope just pulls me off the ground.
Okogi will hold onto your ankles and try to pull you back.
Oh yeah, so you guys are super duper helpful.
Do we need athletic checks?
Yes.
Yes.
Bojo health.
Yeah, I will summon my astral hands to help.
Ah, very nice. Okay.
Bojo health.
And I'll use my key and summon astral arms.
as purple translucent energy seems to glow off of Bojo like some kind of magic. Everyone helping pull the tent stops and watches him as he single-handedly props up his side of the tent with no issues whatsoever. Just amazing. But everybody stops and stares because people don't glow. Whatever's going on there is very strange.
Thank you, Bojo.
Oh. Please don't worry,
You're welcome.
he's just helping. He will try to reassure them. He's okay. He's nice, Gideon.
A man will step up behind. He is big.
Oh.
He's a common row, who is very, very large. He's like 9 feet tall, big guy.
Rashad,
Bojo, is that you?
long time no see, my friend.
My man, I see. Well, see, you learned a new trick.
Yes, my monastery helped me to learn this ability, and now I can use it for greater good.
Damn. I'm gonna have to learn that one myself. Maybe you can teach me sometime. I don't know. Or not. I'll figure it out myself. You'll see. Okay, well, I'm gonna head on back home. I guess this tent is up. So nice to see y'all.
Is the
Hope
king
you're settling in
coming
all
here?
right.
Always a pleasure, Rashad.
This one. Oh,
Yeah.
you know
This
this one?
afternoon sometime.
Yeah, he met us when we were first coming in from Lavo. He was one of the guards who helped guide us into the tree.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I wasn't I was a bit stressed out. But thank you so much for welcoming us home.
Look, you may be small, but you gotta learn something. When you step into a room, you just gotta be you. Be loud, be proud, do what you can do.
Yes!
He does
Of course,
like a
of course.
gang sign handshake with Bojo.
Oh.
The monk greeting.
Yes, classic monk greeting. That's what it is. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Alright, well, since that's all set up, would you need anything?
No, this is the tent that the king's coming to, right?
Oh, yeah, sometime this afternoon.
Then let's go and get a good seat. Do.
Well, I'm gonna head back home. I'm gonna finish a couple of tasks, and then I'll be back up this way later.
Thank
Y'all
you.
take
See you,
care.
Vashad. We'll wave him up.
Yeah.
So,
Alright,
Yu, why are you so excited to see the king?
Because we've heard so many cool things about him.
I
That he
mean,
has great style and strength, and he has the curls and everything.
he does.
Sounds like the best.
He does have good style, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When we met last time, he really didn't say much. I guess it wasn't a good time to judge his character. He was just glad we had done a job for him.
I mean, he's the king of all of this. She sort of points up along the tree walls and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's able to do so much for people. This is amazing.
Well, I hope you like what you hear from him later this afternoon then.
Me too.
I wonder what King will say if he sees me in the crowd.
Well, I mean, he's met you before, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
I don't think he'll say anything different.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm just nervous as well.
meanwhile, let me stop this music. It's too silly, too fun, too nice. Meanwhile,
We sit and vibrate in the chair.
elsewhere,
Oh.
there's some stuff going on. We find ourselves in the air ducts. There are some ventilation ducts that are installed along the inside of the tree wall that go through and provide air and ventilation to many of the houses that are built into the side of the tree. Many of the older houses are built with a bit of a recess into the tree wall, and then they have like a covering and an entryway on the outside. But first, we have to introduce a couple of characters and what they're doing here. First, go ahead and introduce Mr. Peru. Peru, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Sol. I'm part of the last game that Waymaker ran in this setting. And I am playing Peru Dan Oname, or in how it's actually translated, the Black Beast Spirit, which there's a whole reason for that, but people typically just call him Peru. The Terrans call him Dusk Cat because that's apparently what it translates to. It's weird. Apparently he is rummaging through the vents on a mission.
Mm-hmm. You have no idea. Hang on. Let me go ahead and start our music here. We're in on it. The next character that is currently found in the ducts is Cup. Cup, introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, I'm Cup. I'm played by Astra. Hello. Cup is a little Gidon. She comes from the Force themselves. This is not her first time doing this, and this is definitely not her last. But she's also on a mission. She wants something. and I am playing a rogue.
Awesome. Alright, so Peru and Cup met and ran into each other while prowling through the ducts a few days ago. They've been doing this for a little bit, bonding over a propensity towards getting into places they don't belong. They are currently following the clues accrued for over a week about a staff that the king confiscated from Peru for its unique properties. Cup has at one point seen what she thinks might have been that staff in a building that she's been trying to get into, because it has things that she's interested in. Peru also has a simple device in his inventory that was acquired from Pafe down in the ground city, which detects Meganis energy signatures, but only when it's very close. They are at this moment bumping through the ducts that run ventilation through these older homes, hoping to arrive at the coordinates they have worked out earlier.
I know. Let me just do this real quick.
Waiting.
Peru has recently, through his strange encounters with the Meganis, bloomed as a thought speaker. He will connect his mind with Cup
Ooh.
to speak into their mind as he establishes a telepathic bond.
I have you roll a thought speaker check at disadvantage.
What's that?
So this is going to be a d20 plus your level, because Cup
It's a Gidon.
is a Gidon, and their minds work different, but you're welcome to try.
And you know what I have to say? I'm good at these.
Sorry.
Ooh, okay, that is just enough that you can establish a connection. However, most of Cup's responses are in pictures. So, Cup, I'm gonna need something from you. Anytime Peru asks you a question in your mind, you're only allowed to respond to him with pictures. Images.
Fantastic. I'm so
Describe
excited.
images, yes.
Okay,
Alright.
I can do that.
So this telepathic bond will last for 2 hours unless they go 1 mile apart.
Alright. As you two are making your way through these ducts, it is incredibly apparent that Cup is small. Very small.
Oh my.
That is not the right music for this.
So
Hang on.
loud.
I don't need that one. I need this one on repeat. Okay. That was my bad. But Cup is very small and moves easily through the ducts. There are some things that she can avoid very simply. But Puru is large. He's a common row. He is squeezing through these ducts shoulder to shoulder with the walls. And as we move forward, there's a bit that gets a little bit tighter. So I'm going to need an acrobatics check
Oh,
from Puru.
that's not a good. Oh no!
Ooh, why are you so
Puru
big?
is
That's not fair.
stuck.
I don't understand.
And Cup, unfortunately, is stuck ahead of you.
Cup will kind of shuffle around as you can see Prue just feels her little antennae popping on his face as she's trying to get a good feel where he's at. Prue, you can't be doing this. And as she grabs onto him and tries to pull him through.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
Yeah, nice.
Push this guy through. Okay, yes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
With your abnormal tiny thing strength, you manage to give him just enough of a shove by slamming your claws into the sides of the vent, making a loud noise, clang, that echoes down the vents. You shove it into him and have sprung him free of the tight gap and have moved him forward. You guys are free to move forward again.
Head!
Thank you
You're
for
so
that.
loud. You're being
What
so
do you
loud.
mean what I did?
You're
No,
being
you're
loud.
supposed to be talking in your mind, Cup.
You bad.
We're not supposed to be making noises.
You just see Cup send you flowers.
Good.
What does that mean?
Click, 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 clap, 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 clap. She's just clapping at you with her beak now as she continues.
Hey, Cup, you said it was this way, correct?
Aye. Flowers. She continues.
Well, well, with that one, you can just probably send an actual mental image of your memory.
She sends a mental image of her memory, where she believes it is, but with flowers everywhere.
Amazing.
Alright, good.
Click, 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 clap, 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 clap.
Hey, it's just crawling
She is still clicking her beak softly at you. She's crawling through these vent spaces, trying to find her way. She's a little bit lost. She's probably only done this once.
Funny you should say that, because as Cup leads the way down these tunnels, you come to a crossroads. There is a right, a left, and a forward. Roll me a survival check to see if you remember the way. It's just barely enough. Yes. You will want to go to the right, probably.
Click, 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 click.
Which
And she
way,
will
Cup?
she will point right.
Alright. I just like to imagine that this music that we're hearing is just all in Peru's mind from some Terran vid he's seen, and it's just broadcasting to
No,
Cup.
no. Can Cup send audio?
No, only pictures. That's how well he rolled. He only gets pictures.
Only pictures.
But Cup gets everything, and they're getting music in their head.
Yep.
She's loving it.
All right.
She'll kind of like, you'll see Cup's quills on her back and her little antenna feelers kind of honestly feel against all the vents, and to Peru, this might seem weird. I don't think he's ever seen a Gidon use their quills. Just strange little quills.
Yeah, they got quills that stick off of them in all directions to give them good bearings on their surroundings. It's how they don't get eaten by trees that snap shut on you. They feel things before they happen. They're next to impossible to sneak up on. That said, as you guys make your little way down the tunnel, there is a gap. There's a bit of the tunnel that goes straight down, and there's a little span across it. But Cup, you remember that you need to go past that. How do you choose to do so?
To get over the gap?
Yeah.
Cup is going to she's gonna reach out her arm and try to grab onto the other side.
I will remind you that both Common and Gidon do have a climb speed.
Yeah.
But they do this with their claws.
I have a better idea.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Cup is going to latch onto the side of the vent and kind of latch and then crawl onto the top part of the vent.
Okay.
She's going to latch onto the metal with her claws on the top part of the vent.
Okay. Are you guys still trying to be stealthy about this?
I am. I mean, how big is the actual vent hole?
Just about. Oh, the gap that you're trying to get across?
Yeah.
It's about 8 feet across.
Oh,
Is
that's
it
bigger.
Peru sized?
That is Peru size.
It's Peru sized.
Hey, can I
Be a bridge.
I don't know, can I make an acrobatics check?
Yeah.
To get over and help Cup get over?
Yep. Give me an acrobatics check.
I'm good at these. Hey!
Oh,
Nice.
This is what Peru does for a living.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Describe to me this graceful athletics getting across this gap.
You mean acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics. Yes.
It's more so.
I can
Oh,
imagine like with Soul's doing that. Cup is like trying to clamber, and you can see that the gears in her brain are turning real hard.
Just climb on. I will get us across.
Uh,
Get out of my back.
flowers. She gets on your back.
He'll, because I assume the vent is big enough for us to like fit in and stuff, but not big enough where I would have to like outstretch my arms and such. Not enough that, but enough
Right.
that he could basically press his arms and legs on the walls and slowly but surely move forward across, without having to use his claws, which make a lot of noise.
Very American Ninja Warrior. I like it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. As you
I mean, look at him.
go pressing against the walls, using your tail for balance, with Cup sitting on your back. Cup is very heavy. Like, she weighs as much as you do.
Nothing comes from this.
Even though she is very small, she weighs as much as you do. Please make me a strength save.
You fool. Why did you ask for such a thing?
Just-
Oh,
Oh, very good. Nice. You feel your hands slipping slightly on the side as you look down the vent that the big gap in the vent that goes straight down, and you look down and you see just it goes down into darkness, and your hands and feet slip a little bit on the walls as you're trying to support Cup's weight, and you manage to pull a little bit deeply from within to reinforce yourself and continue across the gap as you leave a single sweat drop to fall down into the darkness. You never hear it hit the bottom.
Any,
Just
uh,
send you a
any-
mental image of her looking like a princess sitting on your back as she feels she is not doing anything helpful here.
am I able to send images as well?
Yeah.
There is the image of carrying Vashad home after one particular night where he was
Ah.
a fool.
You
And
just see-
Vashad was quite heavy that day.
All right. Well,
you just see Cup send back a like a like a Gidon poop. She can't think of any. She thinks that's weird.
No,
please do not use the Incredible. bathroom
on back of me, please. I
It is small.
Litterbucks.
it is small and rectangular.
Cap
Has
is just a
you-
little boulder.
Yes, you make it across the gap, and set her down. You've made it past yet another of the difficult bits. Up ahead, there is a part which Cup will remember goes to the right and to the left. Make me another survival check to remember which way to go.
While Cup is trying to look back and forth, you can see her little antennas and her little tail. You said it's survival, just want to make sure. Yes. Her little antennas and her little tail wagging as she's trying to remember.
Well, this one's actually an easy one, as you leave pretty decisively recognizable claw marks along the along the tunnels, and it is apparent that you want to go to the right.
Cup will go
But-
to the right.
Roll me a perception check, as you do. Both of you can roll me a perception check here.
Where's my perception?
Oh, nice. Alright. As you're turning to go to the right, both of you, your ears twitch as you pick up sounds of something to the left. Someone else is in these tunnels with you.
Cup will send a mental image of a shadow in the tunnels, and she will point to the left.
And Peru peek around and see if there's anything down that way with his dark vision.
Yeah? Are you going to just
Stealth.
poke your head out? Oh, you're stealthing? Okay. Well, if you roll me a stealth check then.
I'm actually good at these.
Cup will also try to peek over.
Wait,
Yes.
now I get to use another one of my powers. because I believe I can use it this way. And use
yeah.
psi bolstered knack.
Uh-huh.
When your non-psionic training fails you, your psionic power can help if you fail an ability to fail. Oh wait, I don't. Maybe a d6 might help. So instead of rolling an 8 total, I roll a 13 total.
Okay. A 13 total, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Cup manages to do the thing that Gidon do, where their fur almost slightly changes color to match the environment, goes dark against one of the metal walls. Slightly reflective
mode.
herself. As Puru, as he's peeking around and then enhances himself, still manages to slightly bang a little bit on the walls of the ducts, sending a little bit of an echo down that way. And you will notice as you're peeking around, there is a squirrel in the vents. This is not a human understanding of a squirrel. This is a Havinic squirrel. They are massive flying squirrels the size of a man. One of them is in here in the vents, going down the vent to the left, away from you.
It is leading us, Cup. You do not have to worry about this creature. Which direction are we going again?
Cup will stare at you for a second with her big ol' eyes, and she'll send a mental image to the left.
Shit.
You can insight that if you want. She's.
I insane it.
If you want.
I'm asking for the end if that's possible.
I mean, if she wants it to, yeah, that's fine. You can use skills on players if they invite you to use skills on them. That's
Alright.
fine.
You can tell that she's lying. She just wants to follow the squirrel.
Oh, no. No food for you. Oh, I will get you a delicious, whatever that is, because I can't remember the name exactly at the moment. Next time, alright? We have a job to do, you have things you want, I have things I want. Remember, this is a beneficial partnership.
The Cup will send you a mental image of a tick, indicating that she's a parasite, and she will go to the right.
Cup, as you turn to go to the right, as your perception check was high enough, you find something. I'm gonna put it in your character sheet. See here. This is.
What do I find?
Okay, you find a little thing that I have put in your character sheet. It is in your inventory. It's up to you whether you want to tell anybody about it.
Cup will kind of feel this against the I guess she doesn't really have pads. Well, kinda. The first pad of her claw as she slowly inspects it, bringing it up to her face and her little antennae feeling all around it. And she puts it in her mouth, and then she ties it under her tongue. And
Nice.
she continues on.
All right. As you guys continue on down the right, there is one final obstacle before you arrive to the area where you are sure you saw what Puru is probably after. There's a fan.
Alright.
And you have to get through the fan. And it is spinning not fast, but pretty. It's got a little bit of a speed to it. Also, it takes up most of the hallway. So, what are you going to do about that for your big friend?
Ruff will kind of stare at it for a minute. I think Peru is behind her, so all he's gonna see is Cup's tail kind of wagging like a goat. And she's thinking. She's using big brain energy.
Uh-oh.
And she's going to simply stick out her claw towards the blade and try to stop it with her claw.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Damn.
Cup, remembering that she is a very tough little Gidon, sticks her claw out in just the right spot and slices off the fan blades of this fan.
Peru,
Nice.
could Peru try to grab the fan blades before they hit the shaft itself and make a lot of
You-
noise?
Can definitely try to do that. That would be... Yeah, let's call that a sleight of hand as well.
And Cup's gonna look
Yeah!
back. That's not bad.
That is not bad.
You're gonna see Cup look to you, Peru, and her eyes are big and wide of happiness and joy, and you just have cautious and many, many mental images of flowers and clouds and other happy things. It is flooding your mind. She's
You
so
see-
happy that this happened.
As Puru manages to catch each of the 3 fan blades.
Like he does the baseball slide like forward.
And then, you know, in true entertainer, clown, performer mode, catches them all, you know, in the nice little stack. Ta-da! Very good. As you guys are making your way forward, you eventually come to a vent. And down in the vent, you can hear voices. And now I've got to change that to you guys' scene.
Yeah.
And go to the next.
Cup will scoot to the side to let Peru have some room to look. You.
The next character that we need to introduce is Beck. Beck, please introduce yourself and your character.
And just after hearing the spy music, it's just meet the artificer.
Fortress.
Yeah,
You mean the
literally.
engineer.
Yeah. This is best boy Beck right here. All he has time for is science. He is an artificer, so his days consist of science, and more science.
He looks like this. Oh, I
But
don't know
we're
why
about
it's not
to
so
ruin
pixely.
all of that for him.
Oh no! Not the science.
As Beck finds himself in his very cozy home, up in the upper tiers of the city, built into a wall. It's one of the older houses, passed down by his family. He's been here probably his whole life. This is where he grew up. Beck is a common roe. He's one of the big ones. He's a few generations descended from the original royal line. But he's here in this comfortable house, working on something. Recently, he was brought by the king himself and some of his men, a staff of peculiar design. It's definitely of Megana's make, and Beck, you'll have interacted with Megana's tools and things occasionally. The king has one of your cousins that he tends to prefer to bring this kind of work to, but clearly he was too busy for this one. And you've been involved in a couple of those research projects, but the Meganas have an interesting way of figuring out how to make technology from things they observe. They seem to have some sort of hive mind kind of cognition, and anytime a Meganis looks at something, they see it from one perspective. But if multiples get the chance to look at something, they see it from so many different perspectives at the same time that they manage to create their own version of how to accomplish that feat. Much like the Terrans have a little bit of a knack for, and the Common would too, if only they would push themselves. That's where you come in. You are a Common who pushes himself.
Oh,
You-
yes.
Are a figure out of things. And you have this staff, but you also have other projects that you've been working on. What are you up to? What are you making?
He's just tinkering on some pieces for his drifter. He was testing it out and decided some of the things weren't working well, so he took it apart and started fixing some of the portions on it. That's currently what he has, but his room is pretty much a mess of different trinkets. Like, off to this side is a wall of just different gadgets that either didn't work or he was going to come back to, as well as, like, just scrap metal and items kind of all around haphazardly. It looks kind of dangerous for anyone who's not trained in piles of organized clutter.
All right. Well, as you're tinkering around with your drifter, some kind of riding machine. This is beyond what the common currently know. A lot of this has been researched from documents that you found from before the fall, before the Meganis arrived, and apparently the common were definitely in a bit of a renaissance at the time, and the Meganis arrival threw a lot of that into disarray. But Rubrandi, while it was never on the cutting edge of discovery or science, it seemed to mostly deal with... Hang on, let me check my notes. I gotta double check here. Let me keep my story straight. Rubrandi, for the most part, focused on resource. The city's in the middle of the barren wastes, but there are lots of big trees and there are a lot of good hunting grounds in the area. And so Rubrandi, in the old days, and this was only like 10 years ago, so when you were a kid, you would have memory of visitors. They would come and they would go, and Rubrandi would trade with them, and Rubrandi was definitely a bit of a hub of where to find food and things for crafting. They were never really, like, about the advancement, but other clans did bring some degree of advancement to them, and so they certainly had technology, most of which has been kept somewhat under wraps for the last 10 years. You are one of a few people who are aware that the king has hoarded a lot of it and is slowly reintroducing it to people. But it's also kind of what you've been up to, isn't it?
Yes. But I'm doing it better than him, because
Much
he
better.
sucks.
As your little robot goes around the room, picking at things, tinkering at things, doing pre-programmed tasks, there is a knock at your front door.
As soon
knock.
as soon as they hear a knock, Beck just drops his items in total shock, because man's a hermit. No one comes to visit him. So anyone outside can hear a massive clatter of metal and just him shouting one moment as he scrambles around his room to get on his armor and tech and looking far more presentable than his usual, like, dusty work attire. So, oh wow, that's sick. He's going to actually come over here first, peek out the window.
Out the window, you see someone that you would not have expected to visit you in a million years.
Oh god, oh no.
It is
It's
your grandpa.
homeboy.
Your
He
grandpa
gives
is at the
himself-
door.
He gives
And he has
himself a mental pep talk.
Yeah, he has a stranger with him.
Oh,
A man you've
gosh.
never seen, a common row.
Okay, he is going to just stand there a moment, give himself kind of like that emotional pep talk he needs before he's going to nonchalantly walk to the door and open it.
Ah. Hello? I hope we're not intruding. Beck, may we come in?
Yeah. He's just kind of like fixes his cloak and then moves out of the way for them. Gestures for them to come in if they'd like.
Good. Like what you've done with the place?
He smiles, and if anyone's looking, he's got, like, behind his glasses, he's got sparkles in his eyes that Bajeo has come to see him. He's not
This
sure
is-
why. He's just happy to see him.
This man you see, your grandfather, is Bajeo. He's the old king of Rubrandi, back when it was called Havale. And with him is a stranger. Let me pull up his art. Doo-doo-doo.
Ooh,
Who's this guy?
some nice purple eyes.
He is a big gentleman. He clearly seems to wear the colors of Clan Oinona, which is one of the 9 clans of the Tower Tree. But he is not the head of it. You would recognize the man who now calls himself Oinone Ea Rubrandi. But this man is different. Bajeo will make his way through the room and have a sit at your fire. This man will nod to you.
Beck just gives a very awkward kind of wave.
Thanks for letting us in.
What do I owe the pleasure?
Let me adjust here. Bajeo will kind of adjust the cushion, kind of stretch his legs a little bit. Pardon the intrusion. I know you're usually very busy and do not normally expect or want visitors.
Not a problem.
Good. Well, let me tell you a few things. This is Mr. Petah. He is he's not a denizen of Rubrandi, though he is a member of one of its clans. Yes. And he is here for a task that I have invited him for. You see, the king is going to be hosting a contest of sorts.
You see, the look, Beck doesn't even hide the look when Bajeo mentions the king. He just kind of looks disgruntled by it.
Yes, I know. This is different. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with, what do they call it? I forget what they call it, but Gatra has this sport that they play over on his wall. It is something to do with balls and cannons, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it has gained a degree of popularity, and members of other clans have come and visited his city wall, and teams have gotten together and they've had games. They're playing games. Beck, do you understand the importance of games?
Raises an eyebrow at that question. He's like, forgive my rudeness, but I don't have time to play games. Are you asking for something technical for a team, or
No, that's understandable, completely understandable. He'll raise a hand. I understand. No one has time for games, and no one has had time for games in a decade at least. Everyone has been so busy just surviving. The fact that we can have something to do for fun is cultural enrichment. It means we're back on the right track, if you know what I mean.
I understand. I'm sorry, I did not mean to assume that it was not worth the time. I just mean I don't play games, so I do not know why you would bring such a conversation to me.
Didn't I tell you? And Petal will kind of chuckle and kind of share a knowing nod and a glance.
Oh no, the parents. When they're talking.
Mr. Mr. Beck. May I call you Mr. Beck?
Just Beck is fine.
Beck. Beck it is. My name is Peta. Ea Oino. And, I live in my own tree. A few days' ride from here. I was called by your grandfather here to gather a team with purpose. This is, there's this announcement that the king is about to make. It is about a contest, but not just of one game. He wishes to include, at his advisor's advice, the other clans, or some of the other clans. Any other clan that has some kind of cultural game that they would like to pass on to the others. Bring us back together, as it were. Join us in a form of unity. And I'm here to find a group of people that would, win.
He looks between Peta and Bajeo, and he's like, "Do you need help searching for people?"
Oh no, the searching is something Peta will do. That is his task. But as for you, we are hoping that you might wish to become involved, simply because you are Beck, you are full of toys. And he points at your armor and how you're decked out in doodads. Most common have been so contented with being able to do the most basic of tasks with whatever technology they can find. No one is teaching them, no one is showing them, and very few of them have a spark of common ingenuity. Everyone looks to the Terrans and fears the Meganas for their ability to adapt and overcome the situations by using their technology and coming up with new things all the time. The Common have not done that for a decade. And you are a prime example of what we could be. I'm asking that you join this team.
He looks, because that's like the nicest compliment he's gonna get from Bajeo outright, of being like, you've got the drive, and he's got sparkles in his eyes, and then he remembers something, and he just kind of looks like, he frowns and looks at the fire, and he's like, I'm not physically powerful, or in most cases, to perform feats of great... He kind of waves his fingers like, well, you know, games and such.
I'll raise his hands towards the little... I would not be completely concerned with being completely physically capable. There are games that have to do with the mind. There are games that have to do with strength. They are team sports. You'll not be working alone.
Teams. He looks back to Bajeo with other people.
As you guys are talking, you hear a bang in the air vent.
No.
Oh, yes.
I wonder who it is.
Beck snaps his fingers and calls for Shrimp to go come out here. Would you mind making sure we don't have any more of those creatures in the vents?
Shrimp will nod and go up into the vents.
I'm gonna do a stealth check.
Yeah, I assume we need to make stealth checks.
Yes, please make stealth checks, both of you.
Gosh. I'm so sorry. He's worried it's a squirrel.
Sorry, 1 second. I gotta pull it up. 1 second.
All right. Actually, both of you make me a perception check as well.
Okay. Gonna do?
Grim check.
Shrimp glows and has a sound effect and is not particularly stealthy. Both of you do see him coming up the vent and attempt your best to hide. We'll get to that in a minute. It would. Of course, I can find someone else, but it would honor me if you would. Yes, it would also be in my interest that someone of the family made an effort.
He just kind of sighs and he sets his hands on his lap and he kind of gives like a soft bow and he's like, I understand. I will do my best.
He'll level his one eye at you. Understandably. Well, I suppose, then, this meeting has been, granted. I will be going. The two of you should talk about things. Get to know each other. I have things to do. People to keep out of trouble. And he will head out.
Beck gives kind of like a sigh of relief. His shoulders slump a little bit.
I see you, your grandfather is a great man.
Yes. And if he wishes I partake in the King's games, then I can't really say no, can I?
I can't help but notice you have, I don't want to say an aversion, but maybe an aversion to the king?
An aversion would be the simplest term, yes.
Me too.
Beck smiles at that.
He seems, have a bit of an ego, if you ask me. But he appears to mean well. I feel like he is far more tolerable when, your grandfather and that human he keeps around, keep an eye on him.
Yes. When my grandfather has to stay by his side because that one can't really keep his nose out of trouble.
Fair enough. There's another bang from the vents.
No, now he's worried. He stands up.
Pru,
Yeah.
you have been spotted by a little flying thing. It's hard to describe it. It floats, it glows, it chirps, and it is starting to make louder and louder noises as it starts going wee, and then it turns and flies back down the hallway.
I was trying to kill my boy shrimp.
Before, and the moment I, how close did it get to us? Because
I mean, he popped in through the vent and saw you guys.
okay, the moment it starts making noise, destroy shrimp with mind power.
Attempt.
No!
That will miss.
I'm stealthed from it, correct?
No, you're not.
My child stealth doesn't beat its 11 perception.
Oh. Cup is noticed, not you. Yeah. You are stealth from it. So that would be an advantage.
Cup is going to kind of see it beginning to power up as she, her eyes go wide, and all you can see in, fucking in Peru's mind is panic, as he sees her kind of shuffle back.
Nope, not that one.
And she starts to making more clicking sounds, trying to
Scare the thing off?
no, make the same sounds as a squirrel.
Oh, okay. making squirrel sounds at it. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
As the squirrels in the vents. Dude.
As you knock the thing unconscious and it falls to the ground in the vents,
No.
it goes clang. Also, in your massive amount of movement to strike out at it with your attacks in this vent, hang on.
Mind blade.
Yeah. As you do this, you're rolling around and attacking at this thing with your mind blade, winds up breaking the construction of the tubes, and both of you and the thing pour out.
Oh,
Hang on, I gotta give you vision.
Ump.
Pour out of the vents, and yeah, fall to the ground. Both of you make me an acrobatics check.
Peru, why'd you do that? As she is falling to the ground, a big thump.
oh.
Is it acrobatics or there he goes.
Hey, stop copying my homework.
Oh, those are pretty good acrobatics checks. As Shrimp falls out of the vent and bounces across the floor, falling right down onto the mat with Beck, these two, superhero landing right here in the middle of your living room.
Beck looks up, sees Cup first, and shrieks like a woman clutching their pearls.
Cup will react to this and screech back, trying to be intimidating at this point.
Oh, go ahead, roll intimidation.
And all her.
You don't even have to roll. He picks up Shrimp and he moves back. He immediately moves back.
She's gonna kind of continue creeping towards you, even though she's not very good. Her quills all up as she is giving. She is hissing.
He's gonna pull out a weapon and threaten. It doesn't look like he's used to having to use a weapon, but he will shoot if you move any closer.
Petana does not seem intimidated, but he will stand and raise his hands. Right there.
Real quick. I wish
Yeah.
I didn't get rid of Shrimp because this would look like a Pokemon battle right
Go, Cup! I choose you!
Oh my god.
Well there, we're all good here.
That just gives him a look.
So that was a very impressive landing. And I see you have a pet. Please tell me it is domesticated in some way.
Couple of
They are
bombastic
the
side eye, like the like the seal meme.
Look, I was not expecting to jumble out of the vent like that. I am only here for one thing. They're here for something else. I just wanted my thing back.
Beck, do you know what this man
I
speaks
don't
of?
know who this man is.
You have my staff!
What are you talking?
A
What?
staff.
Yeah,
His
the one
staff. I know
defeat-
you have his stuff. I've seen it. I've seen Peru's staff.
Who
I-
are you
Don't
people?
you
Oh, it talks.
mentally. We do not use names, Cup.
Ah,
Mr.
the stinky one says you have his staff.
Mr. Peru, was it? Please, if you would elaborate on this staff that you apparently believe that we have.
Okay. Puru will go through story. Puru and the companions were down in the tunnels, the root tunnels. Puru and companions discovered Maganus had gotten into the tree. Puru and companions defeated said Maganus. Puru claimed staff from one of them. Staff was then taken by King. Puru wants his staff back.
I see. And I imagine the king dropped it off with you, Beck, for some reason?
Yes, but you didn't think using the door would suffice?
You know
yes,
skunks. You know the skunk scare.
They like hop around.
Yeah. When they're trying to
Someone-
be scary.
Is it rabies? Is it like is it okay?
Mhm.
You were climbing around in the vents with that thing, and you didn't know?
Yeah, they've been pretty alright so far.
Another
Hey.
skunk scare.
Hey, the reason I didn't use the front door is one, I didn't know where it was, and two, why do you think I was rummaging through the vents in the first place?
If
Oops.
you... Why didn't you just ask after it? Instead of breaking into my house and destroying the foundations...
It was my idea.
How does... I've not run into a Gidon that can speak. How have you done this? How have you taught them this?
Oh, I didn't teach them anything. This is the second I've met that can talk. It's quite
The
strange.
second, you say? Very interesting. Say, young man, and he'll like point at you very All Might-like. How do you feel about contests, competitions, and things? Have you looked into that ball sport that the Gatra clan plays? I see that you
Oh,
wear
common ball. Yes.
themed clan garments.
Ah, yes, common ball. It's a favorite game of ours. I'm technically the champion.
Oh, well.
Yeah, one of my foolish compatriots challenged the champion. He got in ring. He lost. So we're champion.
He'll like rub his chin, his manly chin. You wouldn't happen to be interested in joining a team that I'm trying to put together?
Hey,
For
Ty,
a,
you can't be serious!
No,
I
look
broke
at
into
this.
my house!
Look at this man. He was climbing through vents. He made some sort of incredible dexterous landing.
A criminal!
Hmm.
I don't want to work with a criminal!
No, listen to me. You know that thing you were just mentioning that you don't have? This man has it.
I'm sure there are other common who also have it that aren't criminals!
Maybe so, maybe so. Say, Prue, would you leave your life of crime and renounce your troublesome past to join on a venture with me?
Oh no.
Was that deceptive by any chance?
Couple sent through in a mental image of food. She wants food.
Food.
I wouldn't say Peru necessarily does it for the crime, but just to see if he can do it. It's more of the challenge.
It's crime.
That's crime.
Yeah. Make me a deception check then, there, buddy.
I'm good at these. Hey.
He believes you. Okay, good. Sounds excellent. All right.
Beck can see that Cup is slowly creeping closer to where Shrimp is.
No! He's gonna pick Shrimp up and move him back!
Skunk scare.
don't-
She's trying to get the shrimp.
Don't suppose your friend would be interested. It's supposed to be a common thing, but this, you say there's another Gidon that can speak?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. And it's not
Yes.
like, well, he was a part of the last game.
This would confirm an old scholarly theory that perhaps the Gidon have society of their own.
Bombastic side-eye him.
Stop it. Control your dog.
What? Those don't exist here.
Control your pet!
They're not my pet. They're their own. They're their own Gidon.
As she kind of like, she skunks hisses him again. I'm no
My
pet!
boy's about to cast a
What
spell
Gidon?
at you.
Get us right, I'm a Gidon! Can you say it? Gidon. Gidon, say it. As she'll skunk hiss him again. I can speak just like you. Gidon. But you notice between You notice
At disadvantage, but
Yeah, that misses, pretty sure.
He
couple
throws something and it lands at your feet, and there's like a flash of fire for a moment, like
Gidon will,
as you run up
Gidon
on
will
him.
jump back and
Magic
give
trick.
a clicked screech. Gosh, you fucking bah! As she kind of throws up her hands and returns back to Peru. And you just hear clicks, angry clicks.
He
what
watches.
mental images are you just accidentally sending?
Fire. She wants to burn this place.
Gidon. Do you go by a name?
She will shake her head and she'll look to Peru, because Gidon can't pronounce P's because they don't have lips. So she will look to Peru, and she'll click at the end, and she'll send in a mental image to Peru to say it out loud for her.
Cup.
Yes.
A curious name. Are you... it's so hard to tell. Are you a he or a she?
I don't think
Yeah,
they really
sure.
care, but I believe
Cup doesn't
from what
even
I've
know.
seen, compared to the other one, I was attained a pet.
They both are not sure.
From what I can tell based off the other one I've seen, I believe this one's a female.
Interesting.
Hey,
Mr. Peru, this may be a strange request, but you said you played your common ball game with a team, and that Gidon was on the team?
yes, and not disguised as another common using a particular device. We weren't really sure of the
disguise.
legality.
Well, I will say this. If you can find... I know well the strength of a Gidon. They are deceptively strong. We could use that. If you have a way of so the idea of the contest has been somewhat established as a no-holds-barred, anything-goes type thing, you know? And, I think this might be a trump card.
I see. Rubs chin. And the sound
Okay,
of-
your friends, the others,
Sure.
please, yes, take me to them. We must meet them all. Beck,
Yes.
you should come with us.
Are you?
Couple kind of tug on his Peru's clothes. Your staff?
No, don't worry, I was about to get to that. Where's my staff?
Uh,
Nothing
on.
without that.
Patience. Perimeter. I'm gonna cast Mending on Shrimp.
okay. As Beck pulls out crazy little tools from a pouch or a pack, and
Yeah.
zap, zap, zap.
Cup is looking curiously behind Peru, watching Beck do his magic man. She's very intrigued.
Man, stuff. I'll grab your dumb staff. Oh my gosh, Peta, keep an eye on them.
Shrimp will float around and with its little tentacles, pat, pat, pat. Pat, 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 pat.
Stay here.
Follow Shrimp.
Sure. Can I make a stealth check? From them.
Sure. What you doing? You get stealth from...
I'm-
He's gonna close the door behind him.
There's no peek mechanic. I'm trying to peek through the
There's
door.
no peek mechanic.
Can I peek through the door?
It is a door that slides shut, and there's a little light up panel on the side.
Rats. He starts pressing buttons. I hear them coming from the other side of the door.
I just opened the door.
Yeah.
He slides it shut behind him.
Peru's just like has his ear up against it, and the door like slides past, rubbing his cheek, and
No,
he's just there.
Now he does the thing where he's just sitting there or standing there sideways, like leaning onto the wall.
Yeah.
His hand is out for the staff.
Charming.
Beck kind of forcefully puts it in your hand and then just walks by.
Ah, fine.
Peru,
Uh,
staff
yes.
acquired.
Yeah.
you can see Cup is sitting right below Shrimp, making trills, purrs, and other various cat-like or even clicking towards your little guy.
It is attempting its very best to stay just outside of her reach. Okay.
She shows no
Oh.
ill intent, though.
Are we all well? Are we ready to go?
Yes, I finally have my staff back.
Oh,
You know,
good.
it's quite a special item. Would you like to see a demonstration?
What does it do?
I'll show you. Oh, okay, it's not showing up on my bar.
We should go.
Wishes and whooshes at the plants over here.
Wishes and whooshes at the plants over here.
Yes.
Make me an Arcana check, sir.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Alright. Before you trigger what is about to be a problem, you become very aware that you are only knowledgeable of one setting on this staff, and it is to summon Root.
Yes.
If you do this in this room, there's a very good chance you will all die.
Yeah.
Damn.
No. Let's not
You
do
choose to complete the action.
that.
Oh, good.
Peru doesn't know what to do instead.
And I'll give you that as your final warning as a DM. The safety is on this time.
The green leaf thing turns red.
Uh-huh. It's like, boop, boop. Not enough room.
Oh
Warning.
gosh.
Catches.
Cup will
Catches
skitter
you.
after.
Such an amazing ability name.
Plant staff do thing. Hoo-ha. Alright.
Yeah, I'll give a demonstration once we're outside.
Back as everyone is leaving.
Oh,
Oh, did you close? You closed. Alright. Close your door. Everyone starts making their way, following Peru down to the ground floor of Rubandi, which is where he would know to find the people that he once worked with not so long ago. As they are currently engaged in raising a tent. You guys arrive here near the house of where the refugees have been living.
Where's the where's Beck's house in particular? Like, which direction did we come from?
So Beck's house is up the wall. It would be up this wall, very near the top, near the palace.
Good to know.
He would be on the Havale wall. A wall covered in platforms that are primarily blue and red tents and houses and stuff, because the common tend to decorate their homes based on clan colors and family lines and things like that. That is the red wall. Well, the red and blue wall. There's another wall that's red and black, and it is over this way instead. But yes, as you arrive here, you will find that the house that the refugees live in is full of people, and the town is busy, and there's people moving things back and forth and everything. But as you come in and say hello and ask around, they mention that the ones you're looking for are not here. But they do mention that Vishad, lives next door as he used to always.
Did they say where they went? Or no?
Some of them mentioned that they probably went out to help with the festivities. There's supposed to be some kind of announcement this afternoon.
They've probably gone to the festivities. So we'll find them somewhere over there.
Beck does not look happy to be here.
As Beck turns all of the heads, as Beck glows and shines.
Yeah, he's very fancy looking. People look and ooh, ah.
Yep. One that has
Iron
a bunch
Man.
of Iron Man, and one who has a bunch of accessories.
Huey will sit excited in the seat, enthusing to a Kogi as time goes, and just. Were you able to see when the king killed the Meganu in the tree?
No.
I missed it too. But it's so nice to know that it'll keep us all safe.
Oh my god.
And she bounds with tiny person energy.
It is
Pretty-
not so hard to
Oh,
keep
go ahead.
ourselves safe.
Are you kidding me? Those things are huge. They eat people. I saw them eat people.
Yes, but they also can be destroyed like anything else.
Okay, maybe you're like bigger than me,
A
but
little.
those will eat me in like 2 bites.
We'll work on your
She will-
confidence, I suppose.
She will wrap up with the tail. Like I'll stab him, but I don't want to see them again.
Mid-conversation, Puru, you arrive and you see some friends, familiar faces, setting up a tent, or mostly done setting up a tent. They seem to be sitting around and enjoying, waiting for something. There are rows and rows of seats, but there's also other people still bringing more chairs and other people just standing, and there's a crowd.
Ojo! Noble Kogi, because that's how she introduced herself.
Oh,
Who
my
is
friend.
flipping?
Sorry, that's me, apparently.
Your powers have not been taken away.
She has a couple powers.
He's basically just waving you guys over.
A friend?
Yes, this is Puru. He's unique. Hello, Puru.
Whoa.
Hello!
Looks
What
up
your
at
what
this
your-
9-mile-high tall guy. Whoa. With
Roger
full glam
is-
rock.
curious about Cup, but tries to stay silent.
Aw. Look a little.
Bojo, that's a girl. Look at her. Look at her
Yeah.
pretty green colorations.
Look
Yeah, I
at her
can-
across the way.
I can see that, yeah. I know. She's a girl.
You can see that Cup automatically knows that this is another Gidon, as she fluffens up her quills happy as she bounds over and starts circling him, sniffing every part of him as she's curious.
Roger is a little bit weirded out. He tries to just bow like a human.
Cup watches him bow as she mimics it, almost exactly the same.
What is this? What are they doing?
They appear to be communicating.
You can hear her clicking now. She's clicking towards Bojo, and he can understand her. You're a Gidon, like me. Here. Why are you here? It's all clicks, so no one else can really understand
Yeah.
them.
They're speaking Gidon.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Why are you here? How'd you get here?
I'm traveling and looking around.
Looking
Yeah.
around? Only looking around? There's so much to do here. Look. I was in a vent. And I was helping that one. And she points over to Peru. And we got him the staff. And we dragged out the hermit. And then she points over to Beck. And we're doing so much. Hello. My name is what the common call me is Cup. But to Peru, she'll announce her name in different trills and clicks. Because that's what her name is in Gidon.
Yeah, my name is Bocho. So I guess you are friends with Puro now, right?
Oh, I don't even know him. I met him a day ago.
A week
Oh.
ago.
A week ago.
Puro.
It's been 1 week.
Is it
with
your friend?
me. Oh, he's talking common. Talk.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
Top is a friend. She can speak like you know.
Interesting.
Cup
So
will skitter
I'm
back
not-
to his side and hide under, kind of go in between his legs and kind of sit there like a dog.
Pata will rub his chin again, observing.
I'm trying to be as civil as possible, trying to look common and like not animalistic.
Well, sometimes it's good to accept our culture, Bojo. And she's saying this in clicks and trills and hums.
Sometimes we need to show that we're cultured as well.
I understand.
Very interesting. So, oh, I was told you had some form of disguise. He'll kind of whisper down to you, for playing the ball game.
As I like quickly whisper to Puro, did he know? Does he know
No, what?
the disguise?
I told him.
Oh.
He's getting a team together to play common ball. And I
Among other
actually,
things.
Then yeah.
among other things.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
although this time I don't think you will have to disguise yourself.
Okay, good.
I suspect that we'll have to discuss that with the organizers. But if they say no Gidon, then we'll have to find a workaround. But I'm sure they will understand. By any means, I mean, when it comes down to it, you are clearly civilized enough. Kind of side-eyes Cup.
A full
Mostly.
bombastic side I am back.
Mostly civilized. Hello, as he notices a Kogi walking up.
Hello.
This is a Kogi, a noble from another land, or another tree, that's the word. Who was a part of the tournament.
Yes, I'm one of the leaders of the refugees from Lavo.
I see. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fury will come up and hide behind Kogi again, as we are seeing all sorts of new people.
Behind Big Mama.
Mother hen.
Well.
We will pat Bojo. We have already become acquainted.
You had mentioned there was an unknown. We're looking for a team of 6, and I myself am too old to compete. I would only hurt myself.
I've only halfway been listening. A team for what?
Oh, I'm sure you will learn more about it from the announcement this afternoon than I could tell you, but there is to be a grand contest among the people of Rubrunti.
Mm-hmm.
And I am assembling a team to hopefully win
Oh, well,
something.
good luck with that.
Yes, thank you.
Curious Pew sort of pokes a face out behind a Kogi and is interested and rapt attention to what Pata's saying.
Almost didn't see you back there. What is your name, young lady?
She has a moment of ducking behind a Kogi, and then she'll make herself step out as a Kogi encourages.
Akogi's tail will very
Confidence.
gently push Huyu forward and kind of just stay like right behind her.
Hello, I'm Pyu. I'm new. Waves a hand.
He will wave back. Are you, by any chance, interested in the contest or sports of some sort? This is new.
Yes,
This is a
it
new
sounds like a
thing.
lot of fun. I've heard people talking about it.
I'm sure it will be. It has probably been before your memory that the Common have done this sort of thing. I'm sure you will probably find some enjoyment in it. Be willing to join a team with these people?
She'll look and see if Kogi has opinions on it.
He'll immediately turn his eyes to Akogi, seeing you have deferred to her.
It seems fun. I mean, I had a good time playing last time, but
you were able to take all of those balls.
I think I remember it differently. I feel like Bojo took more balls than I did, but
I don't know, the cannons kept targeting you for some reason.
yeah, I think it's because I'm in the middle and it was easier. But you know, I don't know much about our other two players. Like last time, well, except for you and Vashad, we knew everyone. You know, they were all from Lavo, same as me.
Yes.
I helped move them. Do you mind introducing me, Puru, or perhaps Pata, to the little Gidon and the row?
Yes. Well, you already know Mr. Puru. This is Cup, was it?
She nods.
Akogi waves.
Peru
Hello.
will push her forward with his tail.
Waves.
And he'll like hold a hand up to the side of his face and whisper at Akogi, "She talks. Isn't
Well,
it crazy?"
No. Seems quite normal.
Normal.
Stared wide-eyed at a Kogi.
He'll kind of
can be
glance
a bit-
down at Bojo.
I can see that, yeah.
Well, it is. There are always exceptions, I suppose. And also, if I may redirect your attention to the lad over there on his tail device.
He's
This
not
is-
paying attention.
This is Beck.
Akogi waves.
As everyone is staring at him and waving.
He is not socially aware of what's happening, as you can see. He is pretty much just typing away on his thing.
Akogi very
Shrimp, according to
gently
programming, will bump into you.
clears her
He
throat.
looks to Shrimp. And then he looks to see. He like nearly jumps when he sees Peru, so like so close to him.
Literally everyone's
funny.
staring at you.
Peru's hand was out like he was about to touch the tablet.
He
Or the-
hides his tail behind him again under his cloak.
Now that one.
This is Beck. He is a bit of a technological savant. I think he will impress us all. I think it will be very
He's
useful.
glowing.
Well, I suppose it's even in terms of size.
It's not the same size as Vashad.
Too small, too large, too
I think
medium-ish.
That
How tall was
sounds
Peru?
balanced. What was that?
How tall is Peru?
8 feet tall.
Oh, Beck's a foot taller than you.
Yeah, because of those fancy
Yeah,
boots of
His
yours.
boots. Heck yes, boots.
Does he strut? Does he compare himself? Does he like sidle up to Peru and like stretch out his?
Only if Peru starts some smack talk, but he's usually content to just be in the corner.
Alpha receives mental images of Peru planning to take those boots.
Cup probably nods.
Gives
Roger.
big nods.
Fascinated by the shrimp.
So because Bojo is so small, Beck doesn't notice Bojo being so close, and then when he looks down and sees him, he runs over here immediately.
Oh, he's fast.
Oh,
Oh, that'll
excuse
be
me.
good.
Couple think that this is a game. And people follow.
As you say,
I was-
excuse me, Shrimp turns and pays attention to you, Bojo.
Ooh.
Excuse me, I was just fascinated by this bug of yours. Is it edible?
Is it
Not.
safe?
No, it's not edible. It's
No, Bojo is not a root bug. Please do not eat it.
Oh, okay.
It's getting
Shrimp-
surrounded by the
Shrimp
Gideon
will
trying to
raise-
grab it.
Will raise to be just outside of their reach, and like glance back at Beck, like, please help.
I was going to jump for it.
The
Okay.
jumping.
Make me an athletics check.
She wants it.
Hey, let me see. Hang on. See if he can get away from this. I don't know if he can.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just barely. Just barely gets out of range and then flies over to Beck.
Bojo clicks to Cap. Please don't. Please don't.
And she will just sigh and nod,
Hmm.
returning back to Peru.
he's just glaring at the little Gidon.
Wave.
As you guys are bouncing around and trying to catch little robot creatures and comparing heights and all kinds of nonsense, there are horns and drums starting to play. And I need the music. Let's see here.
Are you feeling okay, Mr. Beck?
Huh? What?
You seem
He looks down to you. He's just like he looks across. And he's like, oh, and then he looks down at Akogi.
Akogi blinks once. Oh, well, you seem, I don't know, skittish, perhaps? Standoffish? Distracted? Can I help with that?
I don't believe so. I've got a lot on my mind, and he looks to Cup specifically, and a lot of things to make sure that don't break.
I am well trained. I'm a cleric of the moons. So,
Are you?
yes, if you need help, I can definitely help you with some meditation.
I don't think that'll be necessary.
Well, let me know. It's what I'm here for.
He just watches her go with a stare. The moons.
You would like to insider sort of glance to Akogi for her thoughts on Beck.
What are you looking for specifically?
Oh no, I'm
What are you
Kiryu is
looking
turning
for
to
specifically?
Akogi for what does Akogi think of him
Oh.
since she tried talking.
Akogi will catch your eye, and then, you'll hear a little faint ding ding, Akogi here in your mind, and she'll say, Beck seems nervous, and maybe, I don't know, distracted? We should try and make him feel, comfortable or at home so that he thinks we're friendly enough and so that we can get used to each other as a team.
Aww.
Kiryu will nod and think on that.
A Kogi
sorry.
out.
Didn't
Ding
mean
ding.
to.
And she'll leave your mind.
Does Pata have more to say or more to ask?
Oh, he sits in a seat.
And so we will be the relatively small and unintimidating, and we'll go up and with a little finger we'll poke for Beck's attention.
Mm.
We
Oh.
should take a seat. There are chairs over here. Come on,
As
sit
there
with
are
us.
drums and horns, as you can see, up this wall. There are 3 large plate shells making their way down the wall, with a bit of a
Oh.
procession ahead of them.
You
Ew,
use
he's
squeeze
coming.
and bounds on all fours to go and nab her chair back.
When Beck sees that, he looks even more disgruntled than he was before, Akogi. Like, you see this man is more unhappy.
The crowd definitely starts to part and make room.
The chairs
As-
are this way, Beck. Come on.
As these things start coming down the wall.
So, like, is
How big
are
are
all the
they?
people right here? Where's the king gonna be standing?
He will be right here in the tent.
Yeah, Beck
Peek
just
of the
waves at
tent.
Kogi. He's like, I can hear from here.
These things come down the wall. They are
God.
very large plate shell bugs.
That's crazy.
Oh, giant
big one.
monsters.
Yo, look at him.
No, they're just plate shells.
Whoops. They are difficult to control. Hang on. I'll just say, yeah, they totally
Wild
make their
West.
way very graciously procession on the lead bug. The king is sitting on a throne that is built onto its back. This one. And as you can see, as the king is sitting there in his regalia and his bright red hair, and above him are floating above him, as if by some kind of magic, 3 swords. The crowd all kind of watches him as he comes down onto the platform just above the tents. And he's joined by many of his generals, which I'm not going to pull them all on because that's a lot of guys. But let me see here. We do need 2 people.
To pop out that badass art. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll do a pop out. Hang on. He is joined by 2 companions. Let's see here. This is the king.
Dang.
Wait.
He has 2 companions, one of which is Bajeo, which you have already seen, and the other, which even more curious, happens to be a human,
A Terran.
a Terran. And as he steps out onto the platform, he has these 3 swords floating above his head, in a formation like 1 straight up and 1 to either side diagonally.
Okay.
Each of them are long and glow with 3 distinct different hues of blue, as they are the king swords, the legendary Kyrals. There have only been 6 known to exist, according to rumors, but this man has 3 of them.
Wow.
As he steps onto the platform with the swords, make me perception checks.
No!
Hold on.
That's so rough.
Okay. Akogi and Beck, both of you notice a man standing off to the corner, watching the king. He is definitely giving a bit of a glare, to him. This is what he looks like.
It's my boy!
Here's your boy.
He's finally healed.
He is glaring at the king, but seems to be silent about it otherwise.
Kogi will keep an eye on him just to make sure he doesn't try anything. If he does try something, she'll try something in return.
Kogi, as a prominent noble of Lavo, you know who that man is.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yes, that is Hito Aeaeches. He is one of the leaders of the Aeaches clan, who used to lead Lavo.
He also has
He
a
is
reputation.
known to be... Yes, he has a reputation for being absolutely vicious and a human hater.
Uh-huh. So I think I'll kind of slip around the back of the chairs and just kind of wait. I'm still watching the king, but I'm also closer in case, intervention is necessary.
Sure, okay. As you look at him, roll me an insight check, since you're paying extra attention to him.
Okay.
Yeah, he is definitely... He's staring at the king. And
Can I roll one?
he's... Yeah. You notice that Akogi is making her way over there. Yeah.
Oh, dang it!
The two of us.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me see. Was it
Beck is
Cup?
also glaring at the king.
Yeah, everybody glaring at the king. But as he steps out onto the platform with his 3 glowing swords, his clan leaders behind him, and his 2 main advisors, in a almost unnaturally booming voice that can be heard all the way across the crowd that's gathered, he speaks out. That's the wrong one. And he says, "Citizens, thank you for coming. We have a grand announcement today." As everybody kind of quiets down. I'm sure some of you have already heard, as rumors tend to spread fast in this city, that there is something in the works. My advisors have suggested that we promote a great game in the city. And everybody's kind of quiet.
Akogi claps once, twice, 3 times.
A couple other people start clapping along to Akogi, and then Raz just kind of holds his hands up for a second, and they stop. And Cass kind of steps up and whispers something in his ear, and then backs up. He's like, "Oh yes, these games will be promoted for the for unity and progress in Rubrandi. It has been a decade of stagnation for our people, and we're meant for more than that. There's more that we can show, there's more that we can do, and part of this is for fun, and part of this is for showing the determination of our great people, because this is our land, and we need people to remember that." Clap, clap, clap. People start clapping. Oh, holds up a hand. Yes, yes. Beyond that, I wanted to announce the details of some of this, as he'll pull out a pack and pull up a glowing screen in front of him, showing a couple of little, almost cartoony designs. There will be 4 main trials, played by teams of 6, and we have Gatra's clan's Honorable Common Ball, as he'll motion to one of his generals, and everybody on stage will clap for him.
It's Gotcha's dance or something. I don't know.
Gotcha's dance.
Because Gotcha would totally want to see it, at least in my opinion.
Clan Oinone is going to be hosting a scavenger hunt competition of sorts. I'm sure that once sign-ups are concluded, there will be information about each of these passed out to the leaders of the teams, or coaches, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know what the common call them, and Bajeo will kind of like bump into him a little bit and whisper something to him. Yes. The mentors of the teams will have more details. Clan Aetius recently joined Addis, and he will motion over to a young, blonde common who looks strikingly like this guy. One of our recent clan leaders will be hosting the races, and then also, see here, yes, Clan Eglio is going to be hosting an obstacle course. Good. In any case, he seems to like almost stammer a little bit. The sign-ups will be taking place in the tents below the platform. Please take your time, make sure and sign your team's names and where you will be lodging, as well as the name of the mentor of the team. That will be the name of the team. Good. And then the crowd will go wild because they love this guy. He's so cool.
It just scoffs in the background like man had to be. He likes seeing Cassiopeia and then Bajeo, but every time his eyes land on Raz, he's very unhappy. But these two, perfect in his eyes.
Koki tilts her head. The king seems a little less sure of himself than the first time that she met him. She wonders, is there a sickness going around? Is everyone just feeling bad?
Everybody roll an insight check on him. If you want.
Yeah, where it matters, yeah.
The dice
All right.
know. Oh gosh.
Cup is...
Shit.
Yeah. Puru and Beck. Both of you realize the king doesn't seem super duper comfortable speaking to crowds. Either that, or he was terribly unprepared for this, and it was not his idea in any way whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. But like Peru's seen him do this before, like talking to crowds.
Yeah,
Like with the most recent, invite of refugees.
yeah. Whenever he gets, last time he seemed a little more confident. This time, it doesn't seem like it was his idea. He does not seem to truly care about this.
Puru would like to try to encourage the crowd and encourage Raz to be his full kingly self.
Oh my
And-
god.
Start a cheer. A cheer.
Yay!
Raz, happy
Revolution!
Rev! And
As
I don't know
he'll,
if I can like throw a bardic inspiration at him.
yeah, go ahead.
Let's go.
Man,
You
mentally trying to influence
inspire
the
the
king on
king.
your first day.
You attempt to inspire.
This is like a more physically. Oh, is this a
Oh,
mental
I
thing,
guess
or
it-
like
no,
because I'm
this is
cheering
a
to the
physical
crowd?
one.
And...
Yeah, this is a cheering purely physical
Yes.
one, not mental at all. Okay,
Hmm.
good.
Okay. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
we're not quite that bold yet.
He seems to notice that the crowd has like revved up a little bit, and then he glances immediately at you, and for half a second locks eyes.
Oh, we flush. We flush red
Fades away.
and delight.
He
Watching.
he grins, and then starts to turn to get back on his bug, and Cass like grabs his cape And he like stops, looks back. Oh,
There's more to this.
oh yeah.
Blushy face.
Also, there is a grand prize for the team that wins the contests overall. It is kind of a tournament setting. The winners will each get a boon from me. So I guess think of a big wish or something that you want granted, and I will do what is in my power to grant it. And the crowd is very quiet for a second.
Clap,
And they're like
clap,
murmuring
clap.
amongst themselves. And then they're clapping, and then they're, yay! Woo! Great, awesome, very cool. Tito audibly scoffs,
Akogi
but then
is
his
watching.
eyes narrow.
Visibly vibrate.
Ah, fuck!
His eyes narrow, staring at the king.
Ah,
Akogi
Yeah.
is watching.
I don't know what that is.
Jack made an insight check that failed.
Akogi,
Anyone else
It's
want?
like him! Man's
Fight this
plotting,
man
so
right
we're
now.
gonna have to go against him. Oh my god.
Akogi, that is enough to tell. Hito is not staring at the king. His eyes are currently darting from Dohi, which you recognize, to the sword hovering above the king's head to the left.
But he's not looking at the Terran either.
He's not looking at the Terran. His eyes are only for that sword right now.
Alright, that's fine.
And then the king will mount his bug as everybody cheers and watches him go.
Man.
Everybody's very excited. He's so cool. Ah, amazing. And then their bugs will climb back up the tree and he'll go back to the palace.
Beck pulls at Peyta's cloak.
Oh, yes. What's up?
We need a team name.
Yes. That's a good idea. We do need a team name.
Oh, we talking team names?
We need to. I really want to compete.
Okay,
Well,
well,
Oh, there's this Terran word I
He
heard
was
about.
talking to Peyta. Do you guys all just like clamber
Well-
on over?
I mean, I'm listening to the conversation that's going on next to me. So, if I heard right, the team name is based off of the leader?
No, we
No.
need like a team name, like something to inspire people to cheer for us.
You have to have your name and your mentor listed on your sign up.
Mm.
You should sign
but
up.
our team should have a name we all fall under, so we are all recognizable under our banner. He air quotes.
We can be
Oh.
the Moonstars.
Terrible.
Well, that's an interesting name. I was going to recommend a Terran word that I
Oh?
heard. Hodgepodge, or something along the lines of that.
No, both
The
bad.
hodgepodge.
What?
Bad. That does not inspire.
Why not?
But it encovers all of us. We're a weird mix of people and
Who would
Gidon.
want to say hodgepodge when you're he
Well-
says it really weird, like he can't really get the word out.
It's exotic
Like-
sounding.
That's not no.
Yes.
A man will push by and bump into Akogi as he makes his way into the tent.
She will go ding ding, Akogi here. Are you going to
And
say
he will
excuse me?
glare at you.
That's not very
Oh.
polite.
I don't speak to losers. And he will sign in.
Somebody's salty.
Oh, that was mental.
Are you okay, Okogi?
But yeah,
Are you okay?
yeah. He just bumped me. I'm sure we can bump harder, although that would be rude of us, she says quite loudly, out loud now.
He bumps into Puru as well. But Puru's like way bigger than him.
Can I trip him? Can I just like foot trip him?
Yeah, you can try.
What do I need to roll?
That would be a athletics check.
No!
Let me see here.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no, you
goodness.
don't trip him at all.
Not athletics.
Do you mind?
Do you
Maybe
mind?
don't bump into people.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
That is quite unfriendly of you.
He'll look like straight down at Bojo. And like his eyes will widen just a little bit before he squints. Talking Gidon. Very strange.
Cup will kind of weave through the bigums as she is here to back up Bojo to kick some ass if need be, but she doesn't reveal herself quite yet. She's kind of in between these two. Nice, she's more right here.
Up. Because you're a Gidon, and you have senses. You have some unique wild animal senses. Roll me an insight check on this man.
Nikki.
Oh, wow.
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 Okay.
Nice.
This man smells like blood.
Cup is gonna kind of, if you're paying attention to Cup, you're gonna notice that her, she kind of clicks a little bit as her quills start to quiver on her back, and she gives a low, soft hiss.
Kogi will look down.
Roger,
Are you feeling okay?
would you notice this?
Yeah, roll me an insight check too, Bojo. You do smell that he has a scent of blood on him, but you don't quite get the menacing, murderous aura that Cup got. He might be a hunter or something. He's
Oh,
definitely not a stranger to violence.
Yeah, I just like heard the cup hiss. Like a little bit.
Mm. No, he,
Oh yeah, I should do his pop out.
he's dangerous. She kind of grumbles, clearly afraid of this individual.
Well, he certainly is rude.
And Puryu has seen like Bojo. Well, Bojo's pretty mild, or he doesn't get angry very often.
That's a
Puryu
little more
will-
feral than Bojo.
Yeah,
Way more feral than
Puryu
Bojo.
is very, very slowly reaching out to pat the nervous Cup.
Couple lean into this.
Oh.
She likes pets. Pet, 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 pet.
She'll enjoy on this and miss the daggers apparently thrown around. Everyone's angry.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah, I
right.
remember this man.
Did we have a better team name, Kogi?
Well, I didn't have a lot of time to give it a lot of thought. Hodgepodge is exotic. You said moon stars, right?
Yes.
That's pretty.
Yeah, to praise the moon like you do.
Of course, of course. But maybe not everyone here follows the moons. She kind of glances around at
Oh, really?
the 2 row and, well, I'm kind of rare in that instance.
The moons. They are gods. Says Pitta.
Yes, yes. It just seems people are more concerned about, claws, lives, something like that. How many they can live rather than focusing on what the moons have already given them. That's what I mean. That's where I feel rare and alone, but,
You refer to the subsects, the Path of the Nine Lives and the Seventh Claw.
yes.
And you ascribe to neither.
No,
This is very
I don't
cute.
think it matters.
That's very-
I ascribe to what the moons gave me, right now, right here.
It's very dignified.
Well, thank you. Do you have an idea for a team name?
Naming things is not my specialty, but perhaps my assistant coach will have a better idea if she ever arrives. She was supposed to meet me here this morning. She's probably delayed. We'll just have to name it something without her, and then go on from there. So any ideas you have, I am open to them. I read that as Mihoy Minoi.
Me too.
Minoy, Minoy. Yes.
Yeah, boy.
We're not gonna translate that dumb Terran word, okay?
Why not?
If you don't want to translate it, do you have a better suggestion, Beck?
Anything relating to the spirit of the common that we're fighting for would be best.
Ooh, I like that.
Which part?
The resilience and determination.
Team resilient determination?
No. No.
Team determined resilience, perhaps.
Strong spirits?
Drawn?
Maybe we can call each other like tails and claws.
Tails and claws?
Tails and
Is there
claws.
is there any word in the common history that Beck would know from like before the Magonas came that would mean like unity and strength of common? Like something that the people would say in like old timey.
As far as
Like
historical,
Harmony Heart?
I don't dislike it.
Like what? Huh?
But no, that history check would not get you anything in that regard, no.
Dang.
Will be
No
hearing
suggestions.
any other contenders?
I mean,
I didn't hear what they said.
Cup just keeps sending Peru images of her own name. It should be called Cup.
there were...
I see a bucket, I see a kettle, I see a cup.
Bucket, kettle, cup does not seem like...
No, that was me mentally, like, because she just said, "Oh, cup," and I was like, "All right, here's mental images of cups or containers."
Miss Pugh said one, but I don't
Harmony
believe
Heart.
I caught it.
Oh,
Harmony
Harmony
Heart.
Hearts? Since we're working together with Gideon now. Gideon.
I suppose there is something more to be said about the Gidon.
Why don't we just do Eclipse?
Ooh, I like that.
Ominous.
New moon?
Awfully dark.
These all sound like you're trying to invoke the Shadow's blessing. Do we really want his blessing?
No.
No.
Are we not
Hold on.
trying
I don't know.
to strike fear on our opponents at the same time?
I said
They
new
come
moon.
as a
like we-
unified front?
Well,
yeah,
what do you want to say, Puru?
I don't know, like maybe crescent moon, like we're turning over a new leaf or something. I don't know.
Akogi
Ma-
takes a deep breath.
Maybe we can call it a shrimp because it looks like a moon.
Cup sends a mental image of shrimp.
If I must explain, the eclipse is when two lunar figures block each other out. In the eyes of unity, as our party is divided from different worlds, and he looks to Bojo and Cup, and then he looks to Peru and what happened, and then back
What's
to
of life,
Akogi.
I believe. Where do you-
I think eclipse would be fitting.
Anyone else? Second? Eclipse?
Yeah, I like it. Would you not?
Anyone for Harmony Hearts?
Eclipse or Harmony Hearts are good.
Peru raised his hand for that one.
For which one?
Which one? Peru.
Well, she said Harmony Heart. Well, he said asked for Harmony Hearts, so I just.
Yes. So 2 and 2. 3 and 2. 3 and 2.
I feel like I would have to side with the Harmony Hearts. I feel bad taking the moon's visage like that.
Oh. Is that bad? Okay.
Harmony
Hearts.
Hearts would be better for me, personally.
I just sighs and puts his face into his hands.
I'm afraid I must agree. We're not trying to. I suppose we'll be intimidating enough with Gidon that have been trained to be people somehow.
Hmm.
It's okay, Beck. There'll be other things that we'll need to name and do.
That's not the point of the. Oh my. He looks at Peyta and he just gestures with his hands. He's like, I don't want to be the laughingstock of the tournament.
You're not going to be the laughing stock. We won the last Common Bowl. We're the champions.
It's
What
true.
is Harmony Hearts a name that you think would make people laugh at you?
He just looks at Peyta.
Hmm.
Do you think people would enjoy cheering that name?
You know, I can't help but think that my assistant coach would agree with you. Of course, she hates everything, so.
Lorde.
Perhaps this requires more thought.
Peru will walk over and poke him back in the sides.
He jumps, turns to look at you.
From the moment I've met you, you've been a bit of a Debbie Downer, alright? Whatever that means.
Says the man who broke into my house.
Oi,
We'll keep up. With
Could
I
help.
it.
was exploring. Thank you very
Roger,
much. I'm looking for
surprised.
something.
Hang on,
You
guys.
did
One at a
Where
time.
you shouldn't be.
Did you broke into someone's house, my friend?
Well, technically the vent broke and I fell into his house.
Is it true?
I have a witness, and he gestures to Peyta.
He was certainly attempting to get in to take something.
Baru.
Or
Puru,
you just too trusting so he can decide who's telling the truth?
did you apologize?
I'm being serious. The vent broke and I fell into his house.
Well, did you apologize for breaking the vent? You're far too heavy to be up in something so small.
But technically, I'm lighter than Cup.
You're missing the point, Puru. An apology is the right thing to do.
Fine. I'm sorry for having to.
Couple stop do like a little stop sign. Like a little thing up like her hands and his thing, and she's like, no. And she shakes her head. No, sorry.
You're
Cup
nuts.
knows it. No, Cup's not sorry. Cup got what she needed. She completed her task. I'm not sorry.
What did you get, Cup?
Eh?
I didn't see you grab anything.
I know how to get in now. Even better. And she will kind of start with the wheeze and sit down.
He puts his hand on Peyta's shoulder. His head is lowered, and he's like, "Listen, Peyta, I understand my grandfather sent you, and I understand it's an important task. But I cannot be left with people who do not take this task seriously. And
Taking
our
this
name
seriously.
is on the line."
I suppose that is a topic that we should address now.
Isn't Sam supposed to be fun?
He'll step out of the crowding as you guys seem to like slowly but surely like get closer and closer together. He'll clear his throat. I see that you all have personalities and personal goals. this is good. This is a good thing. That means you'll have something to ask the king for when we win.
Yes.
But I will say, and I will request, this is a special request from me, that you will cooperate with each other while we are working together for this goal.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Of course.
I will not,
Click, 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 click.
I will not be having our progress and success crippled by you poking at each other, or none of you are, and he'll like hold a hand up to his face and whisper, none of you are followers of the Seventh Claw or anything, are you?
No.
No.
Oh, good. Well, that simplifies things. I can't have any of you killing each other.
Oh.
And he'll sigh very big. Good. Well, as long as we are working together, I will request that we will work together and not be polite to each other. And he kind of glances down at Cup, and he glances at Bojo, because they are wild animals. And then he glances at Puru, because he's a wild animal.
I take things very seriously.
Good.
Picking a name, that can have fun in it.
Speaking of
Oh,
names, what about Sky Hearts or Heart of the Sky or something?
Oh, I really like that.
Hmm.
Sky Hearts is fun, or
But how
it can
will
be
rub
based
his
on the
head?
family that we're representing or signing up with.
I doubt you want to be Oinone team, but have you met my clan leader? He's one of the king's advisors.
No, I haven't. Are we going to get to meet him?
Perhaps. He's a little more independent than the majority of them. He's got a lot of row blood, and, you know, we have to stretch our legs. Staying in one place for too long, it's not good for us. That said, Sky Hearts, or what was the other one? Heart of the Sky?
Oh, it was just to give options to see if one sounded fiercer than the other.
I like Sky Hearts. Sky Hearts.
Kata glances at Beck, who
Beck just sighs
has
and nods. If
thus
they're
far been the one with opinions.
We love it.
he just sighs and nods if they're all wanting Sky Hearts instead, as long as it's not the other one.
I just see everybody's like eyes big and bulgy all the way around, staring at Beck, giving him the Puss in Boots stare. Ah, good, fine.
Sky Hearts is fine.
Then I will sign us up as Sky Hearts,
Bojo nods.
and he'll
Thank
come into
you.
the booth and sign everybody up. Whew.
While he's
Rounds
signing
about
us
with
up,
little bits of joy.
Akogi will go after Bojo and whisper to him, do you recognize Cup? Is she from your monastery?
No, she's not. I would recognize her immediately, but apparently she is quite proficient in language, same as me.
So maybe it's true then that the rest of the Gidon in the woods actually can speak? I mean, I know you click to each other, but...
It's quite rare, but yeah, it is possible.
Very interesting.
I wonder how she learned the language, because I got my language from monastery. But if she is from the other place, maybe she got knowledge from there.
Where do you think she learned her manners?
I'm not sure if she has a lot of manners, if I'm being honest. She is more of a Gidon than I am.
Okay, well then we'll just have to help her out.
Yes.
Oh, Team Pecora sounds like a lot of fun. I like that.
Pecora is a
Mhm.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys are standing there, the crowd around you, some of them in groups, very excitedly run into the tent and sign up and everything. There's a bit of a line. There are people excited. They're discussing what their dreams and what their wish would be and what the king would do for them, and ranging everywhere from letting them be one of his advisors to being one of his ladies. Ooh. To you overhear
Blushy face.
somebody mentioning getting rid of a rival for them or something.
Oh my gosh.
There's a whole lot of variety in what people are after. But Pita is going to be stuck in there as the crowd kind of rushes in, and now he's stuck in a crowd. It's signing you guys up. It is apparent that each of these contests will happen with a week gap in between. So you'll have a week of preparation before the first one, and then a week between each. What do you choose to do while you wait for Pita to be done signing you up?
Alright, now we need colors.
Why do we need colors?
I'm making us outfits.
Oh.
Green then.
Shouldn't we be practicing? Cody said that common ball can be really rough, and you get hit with a lot of things.
Yes,
Ah, yes.
that is why there will be outfits specifically for that.
Oh,
You really need
like
outfits.
yours, and Pew like pokes at something glowing on back.
Maybe. Depends. I'll need more information on this common ball.
Ah, I can give you first-hand experience.
Yeah?
Thanks. I mean, obviously, it's the game of my ball, of my clan's ball.
Really, really? Tell us more.
See, common ball typically goes in quite fast. It's a quite fast game, typically in about 6 seconds, surprisingly. Where the cannons are constantly shooting balls every 6 seconds. They hit like a revdon. Not in pain, just in force. So
What do
sometimes,
the cannons target? Well, how do they target?
well, they choose at random.
Hmm.
So, like poor Kogi over there, she was a target for all of them at once. The cannons just chose her. They just wanted her gone.
It's both a
Point.
game of luck and dexterity.
There
Admittedly,
certainly should be a mechanism to target something.
It does target it, but it chooses at random.
I feel
Puru.
like I spent more time off the field than on the field.
Puru, roll me a quick little history check.
Hey.
So, while the game used to be having the cannons fire at random, there has been a recent rule change in your clan, because they're always trying to balance the game and improve upon it. The cannons now fire at whoever is closest to each of them.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, they did the. Yeah, that's right. The game has changed a little bit now that I'm remembering. They like to call it the Kogi fix after you, because they kind of noticed that they were kind of just targeting you for some reason.
A Kogi kind of blushes a little and looks really awkward about that. I wish it wasn't named after me.
But you're cool and strong and you survived.
Thank you.
Hey. Yeah. Well, now the cannons target whoever is closest to them. So typically, see, we start off in a sort of V formation on each side. Typically, team leaders starting in the middle type of thing. And then the people on the outskirts typically get targeted, and if they get hit, they get shoved forward further into the play area.
Or completely out of the play area.
So how do we win? What is
Whenever everybody of the opponent team is off the field. This can be done in a variety of ways. Well, the most common is, literally picking up the ball and throwing it at them. As those balls pack quite a punch, like I said, the force of a rev talk. It's knocked a good, sometimes 30 feet, sometimes only 5 feet. It all depends on how the ball wants to.
How does it feel when the ball hits you?
Oh, well, it's kind of a. How would I describe?
How would you describe it? So far, he's been describing it as hitting with the force of a revdom, which he means a revdomico, and they look like this.
Oh my god.
They are terrifying, gigantic, 12-foot tall ambush predators in the snowlands.
Yeah, it's a.
I think we're going to need to work together. I don't think I can take on a Revdom ball.
Well, if you're worried about not being able to throw a ball with force or catch one, you can always talk to people.
Ah, yes, common powers are quite. Common powers.
You've been hanging out too much with the Terrans, I think.
Maybe. Heck, you said you wanted to get the demonstration?
No, not a demonstration. I
Yes.
want you to explain it to me.
He just produces a
Oh my
Hang on.
god.
Who are you shooting?
Critio.
Good.
No, it's a crit. It's too
My knockback.
sick.
Yeah, it's twice as many.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
God.
launched.
Do I get
into the
launched?
pixel tent.
Launched. Okay, hang on.
Bro.
One moment, please.
Oh no, Sparkles, no.
Who are you?
One moment, please.
I'm glad
See,
they
that was
didn't hit
my-
you.
See, that was my
I
dastardly
thought it was
plan
hitting
all
me.
along.
Or
I was worried too.
No, I was giving a demonstration to Meg.
okay.
How do you have a common ball though? Did
Why
you
not?
steal one?
Why not?
They're quite common, actually. Get it?
But no, Pooh, you're tiny-ish. You would want to stay away from the balls, and I would say speak to people if possible. You're also
She
not
just
very
poked
strong. If you're strong, you can throw them off the edge, perhaps with force. Push them and shove them.
Oh.
Oh,
like a-
we can go over and we can push them around as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
grapple
and
and
if we
carry.
need to, I can try and dodge the ball, like go up and dodge the balls with the cannons so that the row can fight.
Sure.
Beck, as Puru produces a ball and smashes you with it, you'll go falling into this tent.
Oh my god.
Hello?
You just hear him wheeze. Like, you know when someone's been winded and they're just deflating? Just
Oh.
hear him wheeze.
Oh no.
Sir, are you okay?
He gives her a shaky thumbs up.
Oh, good then. She'll go back to her patient.
Back.
As you, come running to the tent, Puru,
Running through the hole. All fours. Whoop.
to check on
Are
him.
you okay?
He is laying in the middle of the floor in this medical
Oh
tent.
no, he's dead.
I don't think he's dead.
And we'll be poking at poor Beck.
He's just trying to catch his breath. He's not moving.
No. He's broken.
Deflated.
He's like feeling along his body. He doesn't really think anything's broken, but it sure does feel like it's broken.
in his
Can you fix it?
in his soul and in his mind, yes, let's have a look. As a young common with glasses will stoop over him. She's a common hot, and she looks like this. Hang on,
Dead.
let me.
You crit him like you probably nailed him right in the face.
He's
Let me-
bleeding.
Let
No,
me-
there's no bleeding. It's
Find her.
he's definitely
Hang
out
on.
of win, that's for sure.
Where did she go? Oh, there she is. Yes.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I don't think his nose is supposed to
she
bend
is.
that way.
As she will come up to him and roll a quick medicine check upon him. She'll like pull out a little scanner, and it is Pew, make me an Arcana check. Beck, you can also do so because you're not dead. What she's waving over you, Pew, she pulls out a device and kind of hovers it over Beck, and it makes a little kind of glowy pattern on him, made of squares. It's very cute. It's very interesting. Very, very shiny. Beck,
Ooh.
that is a Terran device. As she kind of walks around you and scans you with it. No, he's fine. Like, completely fine. Are you alright, sir?
Okay.
He nods. Like he can't really talk because you know when you've like hit that part of your chest where you just kind of can't really catch your breath.
Perhaps if you come, stand if you can, and come sit on this bed for a little bit.
And Pew will try to help back up. We'll be
doesn't-
pushing.
She tries to push him, but it really seems like he doesn't want to move from whatever place he's found himself on.
Does anyone else join this party?
Of course,
Yeah.
Kogi would.
Okay.
Yes, we all go.
Everybody goes. Okay, let's see.
Tries to pull his leg.
Kogi, up, Bojo.
Looks at the Beck size hole in the tent.
This is definitely a Beck-sized hole in the tent.
Walks through the tent. Ah, there you are, Beck. I told you they packed the force of a Red Dawn.
He's glaring at you. He's like
Maybe-
murderous intent at you specifically, Prue.
Over this way, you need to lay down, Beck.
Or maybe you have this force, not the ball itself. You should be more careful.
Can you
I mean,
get
he's
up
a
again?
common rule. If it really was me, he could have taken it.
He stands and starts brushing himself off.
See? There. Totally fine. She'll come over here and pull out a pack from her, that's stored in a little chest over here. And she'll pull it out, and she will throw up a scanned shape of this wall of the tent, and it will be absorbed into the pack in a little lightning bolt. And then she'll hit a couple more buttons, and this wall will come right back to the way it was before there was a Beck-sized hole in it. And she'll put the little pack back in the chest.
Puru,
Interesting.
you need
What?
to apologize. These are my friends.
Oh,
He looks at a
He's a
Kogi
Kogi.
when she says that.
almost didn't
But it's
see you in
not-
the crowd.
The grumpy, it's more surprised.
Whoa, Taryn.
Yes, I'm sorry. Puru was giving a demonstration and Beck was sorely underprepared.
Okay, this is how you make friends. You do stupid things together, alright? You
I
experience stupid things.
I have never had
Courtney.
to make a friend that way.
Oh, you never-
Courtney will sigh immensely. I guess it's par for the course. Everybody's going to be practicing and trying to learn new skills, and this whole sport thing that they're going to do is no doubt going to fill my beds with people, try not to break anything. You're not participating in this nonsense, are you?
Well, I was going to, yes, but I can also help you with overflow if you need. You know, I'm a good healer.
Oh, yes, I hadn't considered that. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm sure that we will be very busy in the weeks to come. Well, at least it's intended to be a friendly sport thing, not the usual types of problems I tend to run into. At least lately it's been less than regular, mostly scratches and broken bones from hunters.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yes. But soon we'll have all sorts of sprains and muscle pains and hopefully nothing broken. That would be unfortunate.
True. I don't have too many supplies, you know, so I can't help you there. I can just give what my training provides.
Beck, as you roll your medicine check on this man, who is sitting in the bed, he does not acknowledge you. He appears to stare almost catatonically off in this direction.
Does he have any, like, actual injuries on him?
He has a couple of bandages on his face and wrapped around his ears. His ears look decidedly shorter than they should be.
Would my cure wounds be able to fix that?
You can try.
Since it's not a,
The human standing next to you, who's like a whole foot and a half shorter than you, kind of glances as you start pulling out whatever gadget you're pulling out. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
trying to help him.
Are you a trained medical professional?
He just kind of squints at her.
She squints right back.
He hands her the item. It's more of like a solvent kind of thing to heal people. It's more of like you know those things they've got on dart guns that can be used?
The
Yeah.
syringes?
Yeah, kind of like that. He hands it to her. The liquid's green, but he doesn't say anything about it and just walks away.
She holds it and looks at it. And then, like, bombastic side eyes Courtney. And she just kind of, we'll have a look at it later. All right.
Stares at the alien.
Stares back. Oh. I see the Gidon is back.
Yes.
Greetings.
Don't worry, this one's nice.
Good to see you again. Oh yes, I've met this one.
Yeah.
To be completely frank, I prefer that he's here rather than some others. She'll glance over at the big blue common row.
He's looking up at the hole he just made with the ball.
She
I'll
glances
consider it as a
up to the
compliment.
ceiling. What was that? I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you over the sound of someone's destructive actions.
Yeah, nothing. Good to see you and your friends in good health.
Yes, he appears to be doing better as well. Miss Akogi,
What are
whatever
you-
you did... Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you doing here? As she kind of goes and like peeks over the bed to look.
Who are you
Cautious
asking?
of not touching anything.
Are you asking Are you asking me?
Asking the human. Yeah.
I am treating the sick and injured.
Oh.
Yu
It's just-
Yu, this is Dr. Laura. Dr. Laura, this is my friend Pew. And
Oh.
and same thing, Dr. Courtenay. This is Pew.
Hmm.
Old friend from
Hi.
Nice to
Lavo.
meet you. Ah, Lavo.
Mhm.
We were just there not long ago. Barely made it out during the whole ruckus with the Meganis.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ah,
That was scary.
it was a little. But fortunately, my friend Laura and I have methods of getting around that are a little more practical than most.
Did he and Pew reaches over and points. Did he get munched? Is he gonna be okay?
Laura will kind of grimace. Yes, he will be... fine. As far as we can tell, he's not greatly physically injured. Scrapes, nicks, a few puncture wounds in I don't want to say strange places, just very purposeful places. Not that would harm him, but his mind is mostly lost to us.
You were saying something about my earlier session with him?
Yes. Since your session, he has been a lot less jittery, calmer. But he does tend to stare off into space a lot more.
Well, maybe if you think it would be beneficial, I could come by for another session sometime.
That would probably be welcome. In fact, he likes to go on walks on occasion. And Courtney and I are often busy and will soon probably be much busier. Would you mind taking him about town on occasion? You know, every couple of days.
Sure. Not today,
I can help.
obviously. I'm a little busy with the prepping for the tournament, but soon, yes.
Understandable. And appreciated. Now, perhaps we shouldn't crowd him. That does make him a little nervous.
Oh, whoop.
She'll just kind of walk over this table, go over here, and sits to have a snack. Right. Well, this has been an eventful time, and good to see you, some of you again, and meet a few new faces. Hopefully,
Waves.
none of you will wind up being here in the next couple weeks for any reason besides visitations. Also,
Yes.
visitations are closed at night. Do not try and come here at night. People need to rest when they're
Why?
injured.
Of course.
Got it.
Understandable.
Okay.
Alright, good. Now, everyone out. I have a lot of work to do.
Please use the door this time, everyone.
Yes, please use the door.
I'm sorry.
feel like-
See you around.
Glance at Beck and Puru.
Wait, I think it's coming back down.
What is?
It is not.
Beck just growls as he walks out.
It's somewhere in the streets now, bouncing about.
Actually, it's not.
Bye.
Oh. Yes. Thank you.
So we do a little wave and we. Huh. She had been fairly isolated, and this is probably like third or fourth human Terran that she's seen.
They are not common among the common.
They are not common.
Alright, as you guys leave the medical tent
In one piece this time.
in one piece this time. Puru, as you walk out the front door of this medical tent, you stare up into the air looking for your looking for the ball that you threw through the ceiling.
It's not that
You
you
can-
threw it intentionally.
Yeah, you can just barely make out a little red shape going straight up, all the way up.
What the hell? Oh wow, I didn't know they could do that. Huh. I wonder.
They go until they hit something. They're one of the few very weird bits of tech that Gatra's clan has figured out and has decided to use as a toy.
Can we start training?
Oh, yes, but this way.
Mhm.
Obviously, want to go do it at the official arena on Gatra's Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
official arena.
Beck just stands there. He doesn't
The
look like he's
official.
moving.
And
You can move, surely. Right? You weren't injured. Come on.
He looks back to the tent where their mentor is. And then
Oh, we
looks
don't
at
even know
Akogi.
Oh. It's okay. Hold on. I have this. And she goes ding ding into Peta's mind. Akogi here.
oh, hello.
We are going upstairs to train at an actual training ground for Common Ball, which we assume is going to be the first trial. Is that correct? Or should we be training for something else?
The first trial is not Common Ball. Apparently, according to the notes that I've just received, that will be the second trial.
Okay. Could you give me that information? We are on the way to a training ground. I'm losing them in the distance.
It appears the first will be a big scavenger hunt type thing down in the root tunnels.
Okay.
The second will be Common Ball.
Mm-hmm.
The third will be an obstacle course of some kind.
Okay.
And then the fourth will be a mounted race.
Oh. All right. So not a foot race.
No, animals.
Well, that's new. Okay.
Well, it is all understandable, as it is Clan Aegis that is handling it. They are renowned for their writing.
Yes.
So I suppose that's what they're trying to culturally share.
I see. Well, I'll pass the information along. Good luck finding us. If you need help, try to get a thought speaker to ping me, okay?
Will do.
All right, Akogi out. Ding ding.
He's just been staring at you the entire time.
And
like, what are you
Akogi's
doing?
just been thinking, her little tail kind of thumping as she talks.
She sways and thumps.
Yep, she sways and thumps, and then she looks up at Beck and says, "Okay, he knows. We're good to go."
Does she? Oh, she has beads. Okay. He is confused at first, and then he kind of realizes and gives her a nod quietly. But
Meanwhile, we are long gone.
Bojo, did you see which way they went?
Probably this way.
Okay. They ought to know that Common Ball actually isn't first.
Oh no.
As
Find them.
as you guys arrive at the base of the wall, you will be greeted by a familiar face to Puru, who winks at him real big and shakes her tail. Hey there, handsome. Looking to go up the wall?
I can figure out how I would react to this. Yes, Maruk. Yes, we're going up the wall.
You know you'll owe me something once we get there.
Sure. I mean, but aren't you still operating on normal time at the moment?
It was a joke. I'm too good for you anyway. And she will
good.
mount up on her freaking plate shell.
you actually hear Beck start laughing.
Or
As-
where the pew go?
She's on the plate shell.
I'll
She's
see
climbing up its legs.
Here, pew.
And as the
Oh,
plate
thank you.
shell begins to crawl up the wall slowly and then quickly, you will notice that there are little if you are not familiar with plate shells, which some of you probably are, they have very thick carapaces across the tops of their bodies. And these particular plate shells that run up the walls have little metal loops that are pinned into the shell. Not in a way that'll hurt the creature, but it gives you something to hold on to as it starts a vertical climb straight up this wall. And that's where we'll have to call the session.
That was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Hooray!
Yay!
Mhm.
Good.
Yes, thank you
Alrighty.
for the health up. Those were just puppies.
Very good.
Very
I enjoyed it. Thank you for running this. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're very welcome. That was fun. You guys are fun players.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will
Thank you.
stop recording now.